Rise and shine, Value Farm family. Welcome back to another episode of The Farm. If you are new here, you are most welcome. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and also turn your notification bells on. And of course, to all our returning subscribers, we appreciate you guys so much. We are still at the farm, by the way, guys. This is like an additional video. We want to equip you guys with so much knowledge and also share our experiences. So this is like a bonus video for you guys. So I'm still with my co-director right here, who's going to say hello to you guys as well.
Well, hello, Value Farm family. Listen, guys, we're still here. As you can see, the sun is still beaming. I have to dish my jacket, and it's okay. But listen, guys, the reason we actually wanted to bring you this additional video here, for us, the piglets are being born like every other day.
Yeah.
And we wanted to talk to you guys another benefit of actually why you should choose IMO over conventional method of maintaining your pigs, right?
Yeah.
I think apart from being able to keep your pigs in a populated area,
Yeah.
being able to actually have pigs without your neighbors even knowing
No
you keeping
smell.
pigs, no smell, right? Making sure that you could turn your wood chips and your byproducts into some of the most nitrogen dense soil, right? Because that's what happens with the compost that's in there within the living quarters of the pigs.
Yeah.
By the time you remove the deep bedding, 6 months down the line, 7 months down the line, that is the best fertilizer
For
you
you.
can have and use for whatever you need to use it.
IMO is like the topic everyone talks about. IMO, and whenever we post the short clips on our social media, that like Instagram, you guys always ask, what is that? What is IMO? And I realize most people think it is it iron ore? We don't say iron ore. It is IMO.
Indigenous microorganism.
Yes, that's what we mean. So for people who have not been very clear about it. So we use it, of course, you guys have seen the no smell piggery house, the no smell whatever. Yes, it has more advantage to that as well. No smell is okay, but it's also advantageous to your piglets. When the sows farrow, it helps with the warmth of the bedding. That's why it is a deep litter system that we use very many sacks of wood shavings on the bed. And that bed really helps the piglets, relieves stress and even the sore. And it's very, very comfortable for them.
True. And let me tell you guys this, right? For those of you out there who are mothers, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. When these sows are getting close to giving birth, and for those of you that are new to keeping pigs at your farm, right, that are just starting on your journey, the way you can always tell that the sow is ready to deliver, she's going to start nesting. What does that mean? You're going to start to see she's going to start moving the wood shavings around, creating literally a nest where she's actually going to lay down and, of course, deliver you the piglets, right? Now, what happens if you have just a pure concrete floor and you are in a rural area like we're in? Guys, we do have electricity in town, but we don't yet have electricity at the farm. And many of you don't have electricity or solar energy, right, at your farm. So if you have a cold concrete floor, what happens to your piglets? That's what's going to contribute to your high mortality rate with your piglets, right? So a lot of you write in, you call, you message, you email. That's what's actually happening. Some of you don't have the heat lamps. Why? Because you don't have electricity. You don't have the solar panel to actually keep your piglets warm. Well, the most economic way of doing this is by having a deep litter system, also known as IMO. As my partner mentioned, when those piglets arrive, they instinctively know to bury themselves in the wood shavings when they start to get cold. Right? Apart from cuddling with their mom, which at times is not the absolute best thing to do because some of the sows are not great moms.
Yeah.
Some of them are actually farrowing for the first time. So they don't really quite understand how strong and how delicate the piglets are, right? But the piglets naturally know when it's cool, they'll nestle themselves in the wood shaving.
Yeah.
And also subsequently, when we spray the IMO solution down, when it gets too warm, they'll also nestle themselves in the cool section of the wood shavings, right?
Yeah.
So it gives you the option to be a bit more frugal with your funds, more economically sound. You don't have to go spend a lot of money on solar. You have this deep litter system. It's functional. It works. Guys, there's no reason to go out there and reinvent the wheel,
Yeah.
right? This has been done in numerous parts of the world. You know, IMO is not new. It's just something that we wanted to bring to our people here on the continent to actually let you guys know that there's a different way. You don't have to be the one person in your whole neighborhood your neighbors hate because you're keeping these smelly pigs. Because pigs are not dirty.
Yeah.
They're not meant to be smelly,
No, at all.
especially if you maintain them the right way.
That is so true. Adding to still the piglets, when they are born, remember these piglets are a bit weak. So if you have a slated floor, most of them break even their limbs. Most of them slide on the flooring. But with the wood shavings, it's really very comfortable. They just lay comfortably there till they get the energy, till they get the first cholesterol milk from their mother. They become even stronger using the IMO than them struggling, sliding from the floor here and there. Maybe there's even water. You know, they can break their limbs. That will even make you lose most of your piglets at the farm. So guys, I think it's really very necessary for any farmer out there to adopt this system because first of all, it is easy to manage it. It is very cheap to even start it as well. It's not expensive in terms of people, the workers, in terms of even the vet costs. You're not going to find so much piglets or even your pigs even falling sick when you're using IMO because everything is preventable. You're spraying it every day with a IMO liquid to keep it clean, to keep it not smelling all the time. You're removing the waste all the time, which is very, very easy, very manageable.
I 100% agree. When it comes to cost management, I think, you know, like, granted, I love the idea of keeping, you know, sanitary living conditions for all of my animals at the farm. But the main reason IMO was the only option for us, guys, when you sit down and do your actual budget for your farm, particularly for those of you who are interested in piggery, right? You have to ask yourself this. Number one, apart from having access to water, right? Some places you guys don't even have access to running water.
Yeah.
So now imagine if you have to keep pigs and you want to grow pigs on a commercial level. If you have the cement or slated floors, you would have to clean that pen 3 to 4 times a day.
Yeah.
Now, imagine if you want to do commercial farming. Commercial farming, anything exceeding at least 300 pigs on a large scale. Of course, you have micro farmers out there. You have a lot of you that belong to association, and that's fine. But imagine if you have 300 pigs at your farm. Let's go easy. Let's say you have 100 heads of pigs at your farm.
Yeah.
And you have concrete flooring. Do you know how many staffers you will have to employ to keep that pen clean throughout the day?
Throughout.
You are actually going to need at least 2 people to feed the pigs throughout the day, morning and afternoon. But you will probably need on 100 pigs if you want to keep it clean.
True.
To try to control disease from spreading, keep those pathogens out, right? Because the moment the waste hits the ground, you got to get that out.
True.
You don't want to give the flies a chance to come in. You need to get that stuff out immediately. So now, if you have 100 pigs, you're going to need at least a minimum of 10 people, okay? Because you're literally going to have to dedicate one person for at least 10 pigs, right? Who has that kind of money when you're first starting out? It makes no sense. And we here at Value Farm, the goal for us was to definitely get to the point where we're actually growing a minimum of 1,000 pigs here, you know, from start to finish once every 6 months, right? So imagine the amount of staff we would have to have at the farm to take care of 1,000 pigs. Economically, it just doesn't make sense. And guys, let me tell you another nugget here. There's a lot of farmers, there's a lot of people that have their experiences. They only know one way.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But just because your parents or people you know might just be familiar
With that.
with the standard slated floor or cement floor, and they might be against IMO, believe me, it's okay for them to have your opinion, but it's also okay for you out there to gain your own knowledge and try something different. There's always a better way.
That is so true.
So don't be rigid, as I always say, keep an open mind. But believe me, when you sit down and do your cost analysis, you can literally have 1 to 2 people taking care of 150 pigs when you practice IMO versus 10 people on 100 heads of pigs.
That is
so
true.
you pick right. You make sure you pick you make the right decision, because to us it was a no-brainer.
It was a
We had to go the
no-brainer.
IMO route.
Guys, who wants to be judged by the look of their pigs? Because when you have slated floors, guys, most times
The familiar added color on your large white. You know, your pig should not be colored in feces, right?
you don't want that. You don't want people to come and say, the other one is a dirty person. The other one has dirty pigs. Oh my God.
The
Or
place
that
smell,
stench.
yeah.
It is too much. It's so terrible. You don't want to be judged like that when someone comes to buy maybe pigs from your place, or in case you get visitors for people who want to start training centers, demonstration farms out there. You don't want to be judged that way,
The
that you're
last thing
dirty.
you want to do, let me tell you how you know someone's not practicing IMO, especially if they have more than 5 pigs. You could literally a quarter block away,
Yeah.
at least 30 kilometers away from the pig pen. And when the wind blows, you're going to know that person's keeping their pigs. Because it's unavoidable if they're using the standard system.
That is so true.
But you could do better. This is actually far more economically sound.
It is by the way. So you need to keep your pigs clean as well, very healthy, so they don't even get diseases all the time, because this is a system that they have. It's a deep litter system. And even by the way, pigs are very smart as well. In case they see that the bedding is well laid for them, they create their own section that they'll be able to do their number 2. So that's, the workers just come and scoop it out all the time. They urinate, they do the second part in a small section. That's how it is. Of course, the piglets sometimes can be able to go to different sections, but with time they get to learn. They're very smart. They get a section that they'll be able to do their number 1 and number 2.
And a lot of you are thinking, well, the wood chips, where do I get it from? It doesn't necessarily have to be wood chips. You could use rice husks.
Rice husks, yeah.
You can use, there are different types of fillers you can use, Don't use too much sawdust, because that time when the piglets are born, they don't really some of them might suffocate with the sawdust.
Sawdust, yeah.
So that's the reason why you can use a combination of the sawdust and the wood chips. But we recommend that you use wood chips if you can, rice husks if you have access to it. But another thing too, many of you write into us all the time. What is this IMO? Where do we get it from? If you're in an area where you can get it from your local vet supply store, fantastic. But if you can't, there are so many different resources out there. There are videos out there. And at one point in the future, we're actually going to do a guide. We're actually going to start making our own IMO and make it available for you guys to either purchase, but you can also make it for yourself, right? It's very simple, and it's the best way and the best gift we can give you in terms of information is to keep this not in the back of your mind, but in front of your mind, right? If you're going to get into piggery, let IMO be your lead investment, because in the end, not only are you going to save money, you're going to keep more money in your pocket, you'll be able to grow your farm faster. And that's where you want to be. You want to get to the black as quickly as possible.
A happy farmer, happy animals as well. So you don't want to be a very sad farmer when you're starting or whenever you're into business.
You don't want to struggle. Nobody likes to struggle.
No one wants to struggle here. So guys, I hope you've learned 1 or 2 things from this video. Please consider leaving your comments down below. What you think about what we've discussed, any suggestions, any comments, any questions, leave them down below.
Yes, and I always tell you guys this too. Leadership is everything. You could be that one rebel in your family. Your uncles might be rearing pigs. Your grandfather, your dad, everybody in your family might be rearing pigs the regular way. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's what they know, that's what they know. But you don't have to follow suit. You could be the first one in your region or in your family to break away from the normal way of doing business. And once they see it that you're profitable, that it's working, when they come visit your farm, they're going to see happy and healthy piglets. They're going to see you have less workers. Believe me, you can teach an old dog new tricks, right? So that's what I would tell you guys. Don't worry about being a follower. Be the leader. Be the trendsetter. And before you know it, everybody's going to know you as the farmer in your area with the cleanest pig pen, with the healthiest pigs. And you also will have one of the more profitable farms out there.
That is so true.
IMO is definitely high on our list of recommendation to you guys.
Yes, we preach it and we practice it, of course, from Value
course.
Farm. So guys, tell a friend to tell a friend. Do not be selfish, because this knowledge is for sharing, guys, not to keep to yourselves, right? And also don't forget to subscribe, of course, like the video. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.